So the Hurricanes get through against the Bulls here at Westpac Stadium. My first time here. What a game to be at, I guess, if you are going to go travel around and finally go to a playoff game, seeing as your own team doesn't make it. At least I got treated to a game like that. It was a pretty special one. The Hurricanes got the result, but it was tough. And just when you thought they were going to run away with it, the Bulls kind of pulled them back in. So, I mean, it started off Hurricanes penalty, 3-zip. It was after about 10 minutes of the teams kind of feeling each other out. Bulls got the first try though. It was Galant with some gas going down the right wing, and the Bulls actually took the lead 7 points to 3. But then it wasn't that long later, Hurricanes got their try. Perenara kind of bobbled it, but he still managed to keep it alive, and he went over for the try. So it was 10 points to 7, and it was interesting that Hussein actually went off at that point. He was kind of key in setting up that try, but he hurt himself, so he was done for the night. And his replacement, Rayasi, came on. Lamb switched wings, and Rayasi had a big night as well, but I'll get to that. It was pretty much those guys that I just mentioned who kept the game going, basically, because Lamb, he powered over after about 23 minutes, made it 17 points to 7, and then Rayasi on the left wing after a quick line out, 24-7. At that point, you're thinking Bulls pretty much dead and buried, but it wasn't to be, because Hendricks got a try. The pass kind of bounced towards him, and sometimes that actually seems beneficial. It throws people a bit off, and he had a bit of individual work to do, but he still managed to get it done. 24-14 after 34 minutes, and that's how it went in at halftime. So Bulls still in touching distance at that time, not dead and buried as they had looked, but it still looked like they had a lot of work to do. That had fewer run meters at halftime, less ball, less territory, and we're only tackling at 76%, whereas the Hurricanes were at like 91, which is pretty phenomenal. But then second half, Rayasi actually starts it with a try after Pollard has this kind of I'm going to catch it, I'm going to leave it moment, and then nothing happens. The Hurricanes end up getting the ball back, 29-14. Bulls have a try to Vermeulen TMO'd off. They're saying he's short. It's hard to tell from where we're sitting at the ground, but if that's short, that's pretty close. But it didn't really matter anyway, because the Bulls got a penalty try like a minute later from like the resulting play. And it was that man, Rayasi, just couldn't stay out of the action in this game. He slapped the ball down that Hendricks was going for and was deemed to have basically stopped a certain thing try. And yellow card for him, penalty try for the Bulls. So again, game on, 29 points to 21. But then, start of the yellow card period, Bulls give away a penalty, and the Canes kick it, which is fair enough. It's Geordie that kicks that one. And any points you conceding during your yellow card is pretty poor, but it's 32-21. Hendricks does get a try down the right wing. He goes around the aforementioned Geordie Barrett, makes him look pretty silly. 32 points to 28. Bulls win the yellow card period, 7 points to 3, but I'm sure they would have liked either more or to stop the Hurricanes conceding, or to stop the Hurricanes scoring at all during that time. And last points of the game is pretty early on. I guess there were a lot of minutes to go, but no points scored. Geordie Barrett kicks a penalty, 35-28. That's how it finished in terms of the score. But I mean, there were still good moments, like Vasaki somehow ankle tapped Perenara when he looked like he was on a break. Speckman went close in the corner, but he was out. Fletcher Smith somehow bobbled and knocked on, pretty much something of like a sure thing try. And Adi Savia got a turnover with about a minute to go, and it looked like that was going to be game over. The couple next to me actually left at that moment because it was a minute to go. The Hurricanes had just got the ball back. That lady had actually told me off for waving my Blues flag around earlier because I was blocking her view apparently, but she left because that was a sure thing. Hurricanes stuff the line out up, give the Bulls another chance. They go through some phases, but eventually, I think it was Hendricks knocked it on. They couldn't get it done. So, yeah, Hurricanes go through. All the chatter from all the Hurricanes fans here was if they play like that against the Crusaders, they're going to be in big trouble. I guess we will see. They dominated the run meters 408 to 320, possession 53%, territory 51%, so pretty tight. Tackling was 89%, which is going to need to be going forward. The Bulls were 79, probably not quite the order of the day for a playoff game, but still they got pretty close on the scoreboard. Tackle numbers were 87 to 62, so the Canes actually had to make a fair few more tackles, and penalties conceded was 7 apiece. So yeah, pretty good game. It was a bit of fun. My first time down here, as I said, in Wellington. So, well, not first time in Wellington, but first time to this ground. So, yeah, it was a bit of an occasion. You guys let me know your thoughts on the game. How did you think it went? What kind of stuff did I miss being here at the stadium that you maybe got a better view of on the TV? And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.